minute. I ain't had that since probably actually last time I went home.
Yeah.
Got it.
What are the last couple weeks been for you? I mean, obviously you've been here for a couple, 3 years now. It's not like college football as an idea is new to you, but being out on the field, what's different about processing it? Where do you feel like you've gotten better because you've had those experiences?
From getting in the game, there's nothing that can replace game reps, how it moves during the game, but just having the feel and knowing what they expect and watching film and knowing that you'll get certain things and being prepared for others, I think what I'd say is the biggest adjustment, like from college football to high school, like just the preparation and, obviously they got better players on defense in college, but that's about it, really.
What when you tore your ACL, obviously we didn't see that because it was practice. Just what all do you remember from that? I guess how did it happen?
I was trying to just make a play, put my foot in the ground. Things didn't go my way that day. Something I did 1,000 times before. But I just remember being heartbroken afterwards, knowing I was going to have to miss a whole season, knowing that my development was probably going to get pushed back just a little bit. But that just motivated me really just to keep going. I kind of attacked rehab like it was practice because that's all I could do for that time. So.
What was just the rehab process like? What was the hardest part, I guess? How did you
the hardest part, staying locked in, and like it's easy to say, but there's like you got 300 days of like rehab. Like if you think about that, that's a lot. But just coming in every day with the right mindset and just getting yourself right. Like I knew it was on me to fix my leg, so that's kind of the approach I took to it.
After going back and watching the film from the game the other day, what'd you like about what you did, obviously, and what were some things you wish you could have done differently?
I think I could have, like I said, Saturday could have been more consistent. Some things I'd like to have back, but I thought I went out there and I gave it what I had, did what I could. Obviously want some things back, but I like that the team didn't give up. I mean, we scored the touchdown late in the fourth. It just shows a testament to the guys on our roster.
You talked about knowing when you got hurt that it was going to slow your development down. I mean, what were maybe the ways that you felt like, what was the stuff you lost most when you had to rehab? I mean, I imagine some of it's the obvious stuff, but what was some of the stuff that you kind of felt like you lost most? And have there been moments, especially in the last few months, when you've sort of thought, I've got that back, or, I'm back to wherever I would have been pre-injury with, this part of my game?
Can you repeat the question?
Sorry, it's kind of double-barreled. I just asked the first part. I mean, when you talked about sort of knowing that you were going to lose some time with developing because you had to rehab instead, what were some of the things you felt like you kind of lost the most, and how did you, what was the fight to get some of those developmental steps back as you got healthier?
Just the reps. Like playing quarterback, it's repetition. You get out there, you get comfortable. Every quarterback's a little different. They do things a little different, but all within a scheme. And just missing the reps, missing being out there with my teammates, building that chemistry. Obviously, off the field, we have that bond, but nothing can replace timing and things of that nature once you're, not playing ball.
What is it you like about being quarterback? What about that position that interests you, intrigues you, gives you the passion for it?
I've been an athlete from a young age, but I always feel like I could talk to others well and communicate with others, and I've always played with my friends, and being a quarterback, you have to build a relationship, and the more you give, the more you get from guys. So I love that part of it. Like just with whether it's J. Luke and D-Mac, and like those are two of my best friends, like off the field. And like obviously you can tell me and D-Mac, if it's D-Mac, ball is going his way a couple times. So yeah, just building those relationships and like giving what you get.
When you look back at the film against Ohio State, how much of maybe the inconsistencies that you talked about were maybe misreading the defense versus you kind kind of saw what was there, just could have been a little bit more accurate?
I don't think any times. Yeah, I didn't have any misreads. We watched the film. There was a couple throws, like I said, like you just said. Wish I could have back, but just things like footwork and timing and like getting it with the receivers. Like I remember one time I had an idea of what I thought the receiver was gonna do. He had something different. That's just comes with reps, and we'll figure it out and we'll get to it and work on it.
Hey Dexter, did you always know you wanted to play quarterback? Like, did you play any other sports in high school or growing up? Or is football like, I guess there's two questions, but.
Of course, I played basketball and baseball and ran track after baseball was done. But I always knew I wanted to be a quarterback. There was something about it, just growing up watching guys like, being from Georgia, watching guys like Mike Vick, seeing Donovan McNabb play, like all of your African-American quarterbacks, and they kind of inspired me from a young age. And like I said, like communicating with people, I love that about the position. And it just gave me a chance to build relationships. Like, that's what I love about playing quarterback.
What's your confidence level like right now after getting significant playing time against Ohio State?
I'm pretty confident in my abilities. Pretty confident in this team, and I'm confident in these coaches that will get the job done. This game and the one after that. I mean, we'll go to work, and I mean, our guys have confidence in me. I got confidence in them, and yeah.
When you got that long completion on your first drive to Anderson, what was that feeling like when you were kind of marching down the field into the red zone to set up for the rest of those plays?
Just kind of felt like, I was back doing what I love to do, like moving the ball down the field, running down the field. That was just a moment in itself, just getting down the field, getting to the next snap, snapping the ball. That was a special moment. Like, of course, with that being my first probably deep pass that I've had, it felt great.
How would you just describe your game basically as a quarterback? I mean, I imagine some things are sort of self-evident, but if somebody asked you just what kind of quarterback are you, what do you bring to the position, what would you say?
I'd say that I like to win. I just whatever the team needs me to do to win. I'm just love to win. Something about raising your hands after a victory, celebrating with your teammates. I like to win. So whatever my guys need me to do, it's part of playing quarterback. Just being what the guys need you to be.
What's just the process of redshirting your first year, second year ACL? What's the biggest thing you've just learned about yourself through those two kind of years and now being up to now?
I'd say that I figured out that I was resilient. That I don't give up. I don't let no's and people will tell you no in life and you can't do this, you can't do that. But I just being resilient. Like whether my knee was telling me no and I was like yes, go, or anything of that nature. Just being resilient. That's what I learned from being redshirted and being out of here.
What just kept you going, I guess?
Just my dream of playing the game and where I want to go playing the game, and my teammates, like just getting back out there with those guys and having fun, like even just a summer run, like just building that relationship, knowing that they're feeling the same pain I'm feeling, but getting out there with them and feeling it, and not on the sideline watching it, things like that.
Why Indiana? I mean, obviously, I imagine there's a physical distance there. Just what brought you to IU?
The love that everyone showed when I came up here on visits, or whether they were coming down, whoever it was, whether it was Coach Allen or one of the guys on the team, like just the LEO was reciprocated. I know things aren't going the way we want them to right now, but that hasn't left us. I mean, just the love that we have for each other is what brought me here, and it was my only Power 5 opportunity, and I wanted to take that, and I wanted to play big-time football.
Obviously, the other quarterbacks on the team right now don't necessarily play the way you do with your legs, but how much did you take away from just being around Michael Penix?
Mike, that's my guy. We built a relationship off the field. Just he's a poised guy. I learned that from him. That's one of the big things I learned from Mike. He was really poised. The guys on our roster right now, Jack and Connor, Brendan, like every quarterback has a tool that you want to take from, and you know, everybody does something well, and like I don't want to get too deep into it, but there's things that I take from each guy, whoever's in there. And
Was Mike like a guy that you looked towards, like when you tore your ACL, or is there anyone else that you know got guidance from?
Mike was a really big part in it. Even when Bays got here in January, he had torn his ACL too, so I was getting a lot of advice from Bays also, and just every guy. And now I'm that guy that people come to with ACL questions. Like we're all here for each other, like for everything. So whatever that is.
One of the things Tom Allen said was just that he feels like you're a really respected guy in the locker room, just based the way how you treat other people. Who taught you how to treat people? How to treat people?
First off, my parents, they raised me to treat everybody the right way. The school I grew up in, and it was just always instilled in me to treat people the way I wanted to be treated, and that I would get what I gave. So that's my whole motto in life. Whatever you put into it, you'll get back out.
Take two more.
Are you going to be mayor of Macon like you predicted?
Nah, I'm not too into politics and stuff like that, but I love Macon, Georgia, and it was good to have some support from them on Saturday, and just hearing from all of them after the game.
I was just curious what the wristband is.
Nope. It's just saying no to Satan, and the NTS means no to Satan, and I wear this daily just to keep the temptations away and to keep my mind focused on the right things.
Anything else?
I was talking to Coach Yates, and he basically said your sophomore year you started, but you got pulled a couple of times during games, and he said after the season you guys were talking, basically you said like you never wanted that to happen again, and you saw a mindset change between like your sophomore and junior year. I guess just what all do you remember from that? How did that kind of just change your mindset, that experience?
You know, just going back to being resilient and putting out what you give in. I wasn't putting out my sophomore year. I wasn't putting in the work to be the starter, to remain on the field. I didn't deserve that from the work I put in, but I think my junior year, I really brought a couple guys along with me. We were really successful my junior year, and you know, just working, like I said, just getting what you give.
Great. Thanks, Dexter. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dexter.
Appreciate y'all.